Good morning and welcome back to another Monday morning mentoring. I'm Stefana Johnson and I have a question for you. So how do you want to spend your 70s, your 80s? Not too long ago, I was hiking one of our favorite mountains, not too far from here. It's Hamilton Mountain. Fantastic hike in the Pacific Northwest. And there were groups of people in their 70s and 80s, and they'd come down from a town up north. And it was their first time. It's a well-known hike. And I was looking at them, and I was actually taking a few pictures for them, and I was talking to some. Some of them were having a struggle through the hike, and some of the others were far ahead and really enjoying the waterfalls and being able to go on the next level of the hike up. And I just admired them so much and saw the life in them and the zest in them. And these folks were in their late 70s, 80s, and moving and strong and fit. And it really made me think about how I want to live and what I want to be able to do when I'm in my 70s and 80s. So I have a pretty long list of what I want to accomplish. I'm in my 50s, but that list is pretty long. And one of them is that I want to be able to hike Machu Picchu. I want to be able to go there. It's a different elevation. And I know that it's going to require strength. It's going to require mobility. It's going to require health, really good health. And one of the things that happens after the age of 30 is that our mobility starts to deteriorate. There's studies on this that specifically talks about how you naturally start to lose muscle every year unless you specifically do something about that muscle loss. And you can do something about it. This is what the good news is. They used to say, oh, well, you're just going to start to deteriorate and you're going to get osteoporosis and your body's just going to break down. Yes, if you don't do anything, but we now know that you can absolutely change that. You can absolutely rebuild, but it's harder to rebuild than it is to maintain. And that's the key here. So my view is that it's those small deposits that create the compound interest. And I talk a lot about this in different areas, but I want to tie it directly to your health retirement account, because there's so much on your wealth retirement account. You work really hard for your money and then you save money. So you have the money there for your retirement. But what about for your health? What about your health and your fitness and your muscle retirement account, right? We want to keep that there. And the only way to do that is continuing to invest and make deposits, not withdrawals, to where we're overdrawn and then we're in pain. And, so this is why strength training and doing mobility exercises, not just 1 time or 3 times a week, but throughout the day, those mobility exercises. And then I would say doing some strength training at least 3 days a week will help you restore and to keep that strength, keep that muscle. And then constant, just having that continuous investment in your health by doing, making the investment of strength and doing these. So, this is really a simple concept, but I think that when we understand that the bonus of building up that strength and that fitness for tomorrow, it actually pays off starting immediately. And especially around the mobility area, when you make a difference with the mobility, you're going to get stronger and you're going to be able to do more with the strength training because you have the mobility. And so those are really key to a healthy body. Plus, when you have a plan and you have a goal, I think it's really fun and challenging. Like I've put myself on a roster for Spartan next year. And I know I want to train for a heavier Spartan. I've got a couple of other goals. For sure, I'm looking at, I have on my vision board, Machu Picchu. When I'm 70 years old, that's what I want to do. That's something that I think would be amazing. What I'm doing today to invest in those is that every day I'm doing some kind of mobility work. Hips, shoulders, ankles, what are the mobile joints? Even working on getting my neck back, being in front of the screen, we have our heads forward a lot. So that is a mobility exercise too. I showed that last week. Doing those shoulder movements. This is key. This is what I'm going to invest in every day because that is putting a nice deposit in my health bank account. The other thing is I'm committed to doing strength training 3 days a week. And that could just be body weight strength, literally doing, squats with my own body weight, doing push-ups, doing these. This is going to help build and keep that muscle so that it's not diminishing, right? And then the third is that I'm really committed to what I fuel my body with and what I fuel my mind with. So it's the food that I eat, but it's also the thoughts that I'm thinking. And that's my three-pronged approach. It does have to do with movement, right? And strength in there and fitness, the mobility, the nutrition, and the mindset. And that is what I not only preach about and teach about, but it's what I practice in my own life. And I'm curious as to what you are doing today and what you're committed to doing today to make that deposit in your whole health retirement account. And so focus on that this week. You can share in the chat, put in the reply, send a message back to me, or jump on my calendar at stefana.net if you want some one-on-one support. Maybe you want help making a plan, looking at your future and what are the steps if you have a goal. Maybe you don't even know yet what a goal you want to create. You need some help doing some goal setting and then creating a plan to achieve that goal. Maybe attain something that maybe was only a dream, but it can actually be a goal because we put steps in action. So if you go to stefana.net, get on one of the appointments that I have left on my calendar this week, stefana.net, and let's talk. So with that retirement account focus, putting the retirement in, investing, making deposits, that's what the focus is for this week. I hope you will join me in making some really awesome, positive health and fitness deposits into your healthy retirement account this week. All right. Bye for now.